obviously top 3 go to Worlds, but you need to have the world standard, which a lot of these athletes do, or you need to have a world ranking and be in the quota. And actually, a lot of these top 3 athletes do have a world ranking that is high enough. Someone like Joe Wascom in the men's 1500 did not have a world ranking, but because he ran well at USA's, his world ranking shot up, and now he's ranked high enough. But then there's people who don't have a world ranking and don't have a standard, and they need to chase. And they have till the end of the month, July 30th, to chase to be eligible to be selected to Team USA. If they're not eligible, Team USA will go to the 4th place finisher, 5th, 6th, until we get to someone who is eligible. So, Tyler, if we can bring up that graphic again. I tried to lay it out. I tweeted this out as well. This is the women's side of things. Athletes in the green, we'll just hold it on this right here. Athletes in the green, they have the standard. They're good. Athletes in yellow, they technically are good as of now because they have the world ranking. And then athletes in red have neither the ranking nor the standard. Now, you could have the world ranking, but there's going to be 2 more rankings that drop between now and July 30th. So you got to stay in the top tier. But likely, if you're in the world ranking on July 11th, you're likely going to still be in it by July 30th. The odds of it changing drastically is not likely. But you see this Raven Rogers, Kayla Edwards, they don't have the standard, but they're in ranking. Hannah Mall, pole vaulter, high schooler, she has a ranking. But the one person here is Natasha Rogers. She doesn't have the ranking nor the standard in the 10K. The 10K standard is very hard to get. But here is the thing about Natasha Rogers. Technically, her world ranking actually is pretty damn good. I'm going to find out what exactly it is. It's going to take time because World Athletics thing sometimes. Let me find it. So her world ranking, according to World Athletics, is... she's ranked 23rd in the world. Okay?
Pretty good.
How big is the field?
Usually 24, isn't it?
24.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, why isn't she in it? And she's ranked 23rd in the world with, certain women
countries having
who have more than 3 too.
Right.
So her ranking even goes higher when you take just 3 per country. But the thing that is screwing over Natasha Rogers is the fact that they changed the world ranking rule for the 10K to include cross-country results. And running, they need a sure 8 or 12, I'm not sure the exact number, of the top-ranked cross-country runners, a spot on team, which means women who aren't really good on the track 10K, who have a really slow personal best on the track, are going to go to Worlds over Natasha Rogers because of this cross-country element, which I think is screwed up. Because if it's just ranking, Natasha Rogers will get in. But because they add in, we also need to save 8 or 12 spots for cross-country runners, Rogers is on the outside looking in. Now, it's not the end of the world because Rogers still is on the 5K team, but it seems kind of screwed up that... Do you think weird cross-country meets that were run in Spain should matter for who's on the...
Nothing against Spain. I just think law of unintended consequences there. You do it because you want to encourage the best people in the world to run. And what ends up happening is just...
They don't run.
They don't run still because they figure they'll get in some other way.
Yep.
So then you have people run it and get spots. And then you have a situation where, there's a perfectly legitimate... Like it's... Natasha Rogers, with that ranking and how she's run, should be on the team. Right? She belongs in a world championship setting. So I think that's just that's what happened here. They started with an idea of, we're going to try to get more people involved in cross, and instead what we've done is just devalue track. We have a question here from All in the Game. Why is Kara Winger on the list? Isn't she retired?
She is retired. But she could still go.
She has a bye.
She has a bye.
She could literally just show up. Yeah. Free trip to Budapest. Let's do it.
Show up. Eat the food. Enjoy the time.
Yeah.
She should. Why not?
I bet she's still pretty good. She was on the broadcast this past weekend, so she's been dialed in. She knows what's going on.
I thought about it. No, you have a bye. She's retired, but if she wants to kind of come out of retirement for one last throw.
Women's throws, man. Just crushing it. Do you want to put the men up, too?
All right, let's do the men. So let's just scroll down and show the men. Little more red, especially in some of the jumps and stuff. But noticing Joe Wascom now has the 1500 world ranking. He didn't have it, but because he ran well. So the 1500 team should be set. The 800 team should be set with Harris and Murphy having ranking. The steeple team, they all are getting in on ranking. The big one here is Sean McGorty.
Sean McGorty's got some work to do. Poor guy goes and gets third in both, 5 and 10. It's a lot of running, and then he wakes up, looks at your chart, sees his name in red.
Yeah.
Your assignment
he's
is
a bounding
not.
guy, so he's like, "Is this our colors?" And he's like,
No, he probably harkens back to his academic days. He's like, wait, I haven't turned in an assignment. What is Sean McGorty? What does he need to turn in, Gordon?
Well, he needs to either run the 5K standard, increase his 5K ranking, run the 10K standard, or increase his 10K ranking. Likely, he's going to try to get the 5K standard because the 5K standard is much easier to do. You can get more attempts at it. I imagine that's what he does. And if he does, he's on the 5K team. What it also means is he's probably sacrificing his 10K spot, which means the fourth place finisher would be Grant Fisher. We talked about this on one of the pods, post USA's. If Grant Fisher then would scratch because of injury, it would go to the next guy, which is Paul Chelimo, who probably is not going to try because he has the 5K standard. Then it keeps on going all the way down to Counter Mance.
Mance, Rodriguez, Sprout, the next three.
Yeah.
But none of those guys have.
No, but
standards.
Mance may go, hey, we're going for it. Run a 10K all out.
And if there's somebody who could do it,
It's Mance.
on his own.
Yeah, it's Mance.
On July 22nd
It's Mance.
in Provo.
It's Mance. So that'll be interesting to see.
But there's also a possibility only two go.
No, I mean, that's true. Yeah. Or especially Fisher scratches because of injury.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If Fisher scratches, Chelimo already has the 5. Mance, I agree with you. He could go for it, but he's also a marathoner now. I don't think he's going to spend a ton of time trying to get on this team. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe he does one attempt. If it doesn't, that standard is hard to do. It's not a foregone conclusion that they can get it. And then, because then the farther you go down the list, the more it's not about opportunities to run the 10K. It's about they have the ability to run that fast right now. And a lot of them just don't. Otherwise, they would have finished higher up.
Other notable athletes, the men's long jump. The second and third place guys, Jerrion Lawson and Javon Harrison, neither have a ranking nor a standard. I think the reason they don't have the ranking is because they just haven't done enough jumps. You need 5 competitions to your name. And Javon Harrison and not Javon,
Javon Harrison and Jerrion Lawson.
Sorry, I thought I said Javon Lawson. Jerrion Lawson and Harrison, they need to jump more competition. So we need to have like a Lawson-Harrison jump fest. They need to jump 8 meters a couple more times. The ranking will pop up.
Do you think they'll get there?
Yeah, the reason they're not ranked is because they just haven't competed enough. I mean, Harrison's been out there doing a high jump. Now, there could be a chance Harrison's like, I'm in the high jump. Let's give it to the fourth guy and then keep on going. So we will update this on a weekly.
Or you go down to the fifth guy. Or the fifth guys.
Who's the fifth? Oh,
he'll already be there.
Cordell Tinch. There you
go. I mean, Stephen McCarter's in there at 4. But yeah, just looking at the standards, very few people have the actual out-and-out standard. Cameron Crump has it. He got 12th. Jeremiah Davis got 9th.
So Jeremiah Davis, he's going to be...
Yeah. I think the world ranking, though, is what's going to be the saving grace here.